Welcome to the 16th podcast of The Basement, a video game podcast. I did that out of order. Today is May 31st, 2012. As always, I'm JD. Across the table for me, we have...
I can't find it. Joel, hi. There it is, I found it.
Oh my god.
I was just trying to find something on a sheet of paper. Sorry about that, guys. I'm Joel. Hi.
And to my left, we have a new person.
Hi, I'm Carl.
Carl, that kills people.
Crap, I meant to have you do something before you did this. Oh, well. I meant to have you come up with a correct top 5 list.
I also
Think about that now.
came up with at least 2 questions.
You came up... Oh, right!
Specifically, mostly for Carl.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, I
5
know,
weeks. I don't even think...
It's been too damn many.
I think it was it was podcast number 10. You stopped that.
Well, it's not that I stopped. I just stopped
Couldn't come up with
thinking.
any more.
That's why I was saying you need to let me, warn me ahead of time so I can do notes. I
no.
can't think of a top 5 offhand.
Top 5 games?
All time.
Top 5 games, yeah.
That's all I have to do.
Top 5 all time.
But, before we do that, you have to answer me the... sorry. What video game character do you think that you... is most like you? That's the best way I can word that.
Oh, God.
I do these on the spot just to fuck with you people.
It's amazing.
Josh's coming to you too.
Yeah, I figured as much.
And you can't do something cheap like, oh, the courier from fucking Vegas. No, because that's completely fucking too customizable. I mean, preset like Jack
I made
and
a character
Daxter.
in New Vegas that looked like my dad. It was so weird, like, gray beard
Maybe
and
one
shit.
looked like Robin Williams. That was completely coincidental, though.
I made Opie. Remember how good that came out from Sons?
That was amazing.
I'm not really sure, because I've compared certain traits to characters, but that's about it.
Well, which one had the most traits? The most coincidences
Shit. I cannot think about it right now. I just drawing a blank.
Come on. That's not acceptable.
I mean, when I've been really sadistic about playing games, I really compared myself to Riddick, but...
You're not Riddick, I'm sorry.
I know. Like I said, when I can play sadistic, it kind of pops out as like a Riddick style
Yeah,
thing.
but no, he means just
You.
Yeah. I have different playing styles the whole time, and it just changes how I describe myself.
He's not understanding this, Josh.
No. What character is most like you now?
Yes.
I really cannot think of one.
Like,
What character have you been playing a game and you've said, oh, I can relate to that?
See, with me, it's been Jack and Daxter. Because my best friend got turned into a ferret. Something ridiculous like that. That's okay. But seriously, Jack is like the shit, and I've related most to him.
Oh, Sims
Or
doesn't
Sly
count.
Cooper.
Sims doesn't count either.
Yeah, Sims don't count.
I don't play The Sims.
Then you're actually you.
I was never really that big a fan of The Sims.
I love The Sims.
Just because it was annoying the way they talked.
Trying to line him down. And this is such a mindless game you can play. See, this is how the show goes.
I built a random ass house the one time I played Sims 2.
Well, I found that.
And all I ever did was make the characters have sex when I discovered that.
Were you 16 when you discovered sex, Carl?
No.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna have your mom listen to this now. Eleanor and sex. That's weird.
That game was it could be really creepy in that game because you always end up making your crush. And then you had sex with them.
And then they come over. It's like, oh, this is awkward.
Oh, Sims can have like no.
Sure.
Just start your own. Why? Just start your own.
Look, it's one with my name and your name already. Why are we in the bed right now naked?
One of my friends
With
used to
5
always
kids?
talk about
5 kids.
about having the most...
Why are
like,
3 black?
One of my friends used to always talk about making Sims characters that had no morals. Like, he'd marry one Sim and then he'd, like, have sex with just about every female Sim in the town. And, like, one of the wife would walk in when he was with one of them and flip out.
You still didn't answer my question. Either
It's
of
because
you.
I can't think of an answer for it.
You have to. Would it help if I started stabbing you?
No.
How do you know? We haven't tried it.
Gosh.
Fuck, I know. I was thinking about this the other day, actually. Kind of, sort of.
And the other question is, who is least like you? Like, absolute polar opposite.
Doom guy.
Yeah. The guy from Doom. That is totally opposite you, Josh.
Gat. Johnny Gat. Definitely nothing like me. I am not a partying kind of person at all.
No, I can tell. No, that wasn't supposed to be offensive.
I know it's not meant to be offensive, but it's just not my... Getting just completely shit-faced isn't my idea of fun.
How do you know you haven't tried it? I'm just kidding. I know, I understand. Don't worry,
Yeah,
I understand.
I know.
I just had to throw that in.
Most like me. The Tonka guy.
Oh my god, you are such a geek.
Remember the Tonka guy from Tonka Games?
Oh my god.
Yo, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
I don't even
know where to start, do you?
I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
If I was buff.
Yeah. Like, I've never really compared myself to somebody in a video game that much.
You've never played a game and said, oh, I can, like, something they said, you're like, oh, I can relate to that?
I've done more of, like, compare myself to characters from movies and stuff like that.
You've never done that with it?
Not really.
Did that.
I did too.
Or, like, I've had that happen, or something stupid happened to them in a game, you're like, oh, I've had that happen.
Oh, probably, but I just don't remember.
Disappointed.
I mean, I try to make my characters in, like, some, like you said, Fallout act like me, but that's about it.
Like, I've had that happen, I just can't think of what game it was. Something completely stupid happened, and you're like, oh, I've had that happen. Alright, I got one. We've probably already done this. No, I want to reword it. What's the funniest achievement you've ever gotten or heard of? Or a trophy in your case.
My brother's an Italian plumber. That is probably one of the funniest ones I've ever gotten. That was playing the first Borderlands game.
I'll play Borderlands too.
Right? I saw a preview for the game that showed one of the new Vladif guns.
You didn't stand there for 20 minutes watching the video.
That's true.
And watching people play.
I saw, like...
There's 97.5 more. Whoop whoop!
Oh my god. Check me out, I'm dancing.
That's literally what the commercial said.
I've seen that, the Doomsday trailer.
That was the one they were playing at PAX.
But, I saw a preview for it with one of the game designers playing the game. It showed him using one of the new Vladif assault rifles. That's clip-fed, but it has 3 rotating barrels, and it looks like a Gatling gun type thing. That just looked so amazing.
Joel?
I'm thinking. The Back to the Future one.
Oh, for Forza?
Yeah, for Forza.
Out of time.
Out of time.
Go 88 miles an hour in the DeLorean. That's the achievement. The best I've seen is for Legendary. It's called Double Trouble. Defeat the 2 Minotaurs. And immediately after unlocking that one, you unlock another one that says, the creators of this game would like to apologize for the horrible pun of Double Trouble. Here, have some hero points.
That's amazing.
There's like 50 for that, and then you get the extra 10. Just because.
Can I borrow a piece of paper?
Sure.
Or just like a bit of paper. All I have to do is add some numbers.
I can do the whole. But, I'm gonna jump into where I should have gone next instead of Joel's 3 questions. I was just so amazed that Joel had questions.
Yeah?
This week in history. For the week of May 27th through June 2nd.
Oh wow, we didn't do that yet.
No. Remember, you said, I actually have questions this week. I'm like, oh my god, you do? Go! Ape Escape came out for the PS1 on May 31st, 1999. Bejeweled came out for the PC on May 30th, 2001. The Hulk came out for the PC, PS2, GameCube, and Xbox on May 27th, 2003. Hitman Blood Money came out for the PC, PS2, and Xbox and Xbox 360 on May 30th, 2006. Mario Party 8 came out for the Wii on May 29th, 2007. That's all I have. May is not really a good month. June's much bigger.
November's big.
Yeah, that's when a good chunk of them come out, but June's got a lot of them. Well, because fourth quarter is a really popular one, getting them off for the holiday.
Yeah.
And new games coming out. Dan's not here, so I'm just gonna say Borderlands eventually. Yay! Borderlands 2! Woo! Alright, I feel better now.
Kid Icarus came out for the DS, I know, some point this week, and Dirt Showdown came out for the computer.
Well, you know more than me. Not that hard to do.
Dirt Showdown comes out later this month for PS3 and Xbox 360. Later next month, technically. Because we're still in May.
I'm trying to think of what game for the PS3 is coming out soon that I've been waiting
Why
for.
does this always happen?
No, I'll pause it because I was thinking the same thing.
Would everyone like to do?
Thank you.
I can hold it for at least another 20 minutes. I have experience. It's a skill. That's a feat. That's a feat. Bladder holding. Plus 20 on the check.
Thank you.
Moving along. Oh. No. So, game modification.
Oh,
Critique.
Shit. Game critiques.
That's another part of Joel's Corner.
Alright, I actually have a couple.
Oh.
I hate that games are single system only. They need to get rid of that.
Like
Halo,
yeah.
Sly Cooper, and Ratchet and Clank.
Oh my god, Ratchet and Clank. I wish that was on Xbox. That's like the only thing keeping me from actually getting an Xbox. Because I like the Ratchet and Clank series.
You know why they do that, though.
Well, I understand why they do that, but it's still...
And that was a prime example of that.
PlayStation makes so much money off of Ratchet and Clank. Though they haven't really released that many of them lately.
No, I haven't played them in
They're
a while.
putting more time into the game, so they're putting more years in between.
The last Ratchet and Clank game I played was Secret Agent and Clank, and I wasn't as impressed with that as I thought I'd be. But, was it Crack in Time or something that I played just before? That was like the first one to come out on PS3. That was okay. But I have to say, Up Your Arsenal or, Gone Commando is the second one. Those two are probably the better ones. But Up Your Arsenal was definitely good.
Yes.
I liked the multiplayer aspect of Deadlock, though. That was good.
I have not played Deadlock yet.
It was pretty interesting where they took the gladiatorial games aspect to it.
Like Joel was saying, I hates that they're single system. That's the reason I bought a 360.
Yeah.
Crackdown is the reason I bought a 360.
All games.
I blame Justin. I blame Justin for bringing the Xbox 360, his Xbox 360 to my camper, and then bringing Crackdown and having me try it. And I'm like, fuck you. I have to go buy one.
I was thinking about getting Xbox for a while because of Saints Row, because I could not find that for PlayStation. But then I just randomly found it one day, Saints Row 2 for PS3, and I was like, alright, what the hell? And now I got so addicted to that game.
I love that game.
And like what I do half the time is just like go on a mad rampage. A little sadistic, but...
Well, that's the point of the game. I like how that game you become like a god at the end.
Yeah.
I can jump off a cliff and not die.
Oh, I had a like level 1 character that I don't even know if they do levels in it. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it was like just out of prison and my character wouldn't die because I found all the cheat codes for the game.
That's a good game to use cheat codes on.
Like
the only problem is it does fuck you over. You can't get certain achievements.
Ever?
Like,
But if you use someone else's Xbox.
if you don't
You just sign in through the thing. That's how I had to do something on my cousin's Xbox so I could get achievements.
if you turn off the cheat codes, it loosens the restrictions on trophies.
like, there's one achievement to unlock all the weapons. And if you do the achievement to get weapons, you cannot get that achievement now.
But
Like, if you use cheat codes in that game, I don't know if you noticed when you save file, there's a little asterisk, and it says cheats enabled.
I've seen that.
I didn't use cheats, but someone tried to do multiplayer in my game. I denied, and they somehow still got into my game. I backed out. I want to go back to my game. Little orange asterisk, cheats enabled. I'm like, motherfucker!
I have not played that multiplayer in so long. Oh my god.
I was so pissed.
That was so fun.
I was
Just driving around with people shooting at crap.
One thing I want to know is,
I didn't know about that.
why is the Grand Theft Auto Vice City disc so weak? Like, I've replaced that thing 5 times.
I have no idea.
Because it got scratched and just won't work. Any other game will be equally as scratched, if not more, will work fine. Even my freaking blueback ones. Which, if anybody remembers, the blue discs were incredibly soft and scratched easily.
The Blue Star format stuff. It was supposed to be the original, like, high-def version for video games.
All I know is a couple of the PS2 games had bluebacks and had it clear.
Yeah, for a little while they
I never
started...
grabbed myself a do. I grabbed you guys once.
Like I said, I think it was called Blue Star or something, but they turned the disc itself blue, and it was a different type of plastic that was supposed to be a better quality image.
It was a softer material and it scratched like a motherfucker.
My Time Splitters 2 was on the blue disc. I loved that game. Yeah. I used to play that game all the time. Because you didn't... Yeah, multiplayer online was good. But, I just like the fact that you could, like, go offline multiplayer and just put out a shit ton of bots and play.
That's what Justin and I used to do with,
I liked the map creator, though. That was good.
Justin and I used to do that with Medal of Honor Rising Sun.
Oh my god.
2 of us versus, 8 bots. Then you put on the one-shot, one-kill guns, like the wall rod.
Oh, yeah.
I should have gotten the freaking Achilles heel with the ball rod. From a fucking distance, too.
Yeah. I loved sniping people with that stupid pistol.
I saw Justin run by. I saw a guy chasing him. Boom!
Oh shit, that's
I'm like, yeah, motherfucker!
I never really did as much of the everybody against, like, me and one other person.
Oh man, it's so...
What I used to do was, like, have all my characters, like, a full team with me, and have, like, 2 enemies, but have the enemies ridiculously high in power.
Yeah, we'd do that, but we'd have it all versus... It would be the 2 of us versus all of them at high levels.
But it's, like, it was so weird. I'd have, like, I want to say, like, 6 guys helping me out. And they'd just be slaughtering the computer characters that were playing for me.
It was great because we turned on, you could kill your teammates, friendly fire.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd look at the stats after the game, and one of the bots would be like -7. And you look at their team deaths, and it'd be like a 10.
Oh.
It'd be like a 20. It's like, how the fuck do you do that? Fucking you lit Justin up in the back, I didn't even kill him.
But I used to play all the Medal of Honors so much.
The only
Rising Sun was not one of the better ones, though.
See, I played Rising Sun at a friend's house.
I hated that game.
And then played, what was the one that came out about the same time? That was versus the Germans.
Frontline?
Frontline.
That may have come out just before or just after.
Right.
You might be thinking of European Assault. I don't know.
No, Frontline.
Yeah.
Like
The one thing that pissed me off about Medal of Honor Frontline was it was a single player only on the PlayStation 2. But if you bought it for Xbox, it was multiplayer. I saw that, I'm like, what the hell?
But I played that at my cousin's house, and I liked Rising Sun better.
Back on the previous idea of the games that were only for certain consoles, like some of the Star Wars ones only came out Xbox, and that was like ridiculous in my opinion. I just thought it didn't understand why.
A game that may come out for both systems, but has system-specific content.
Yeah, like the multiplayer for Frontline.
I was leaning more towards Soul Calibur 4.
Darth Vader and Yoda.
If you had a PS3, you could
swallow.
unlock.
That took me so long.
If you had a PS3, you had an unlockable character that was Darth Vader. If you had a 360, you had Yoda.
Why would anyone get the PS3?
Because it's Darth Vader. He's epic.
Yoda. Yoda is Yoda.
What I think is funny is if you play as Yoda in Lego Star Wars, if you don't have the lightsaber, you move freaking slow, then you hobble.
Yep.
Pull out the lightsaber, and you're freaking doing spins and twirls. Like,
yeah, but certain Legos. I think it was the first Lego Star Wars game. If you jumped a couple times, it like started hovering on this little chair.
I never had that happen.
It used to happen to me a lot, and it would piss me off.
I have every Lego Star Wars.
I liked the Clone Wars one that just came out a few years ago.
Forgot about that one. Don't have that one. I don't care about the Clone Wars.
It was good.
I don't like that show.
I like it. I'm a Star Wars guru.
Did you see the end of the last season for that? I just saw a few episodes of it. It was so messed up. They brought back Darth Maul, like as a half man, half robot thing. It was so weird.
No, that's basically how Darth Vader happened.
And General Grievous.
Yeah, but Darth Maul, they dropped him into a
pit in halves.
Yeah, I actually saw that movie.
He was alive as he went down. He was freaking pissed as he went down. He would survive that. You don't know what that race could survive.
But
he was castrated across in the middle. He could have survived that.
Cauterized, you mean?
That's what I meant to say.
But the pit was supposedly an exhaust tube, according to some of the stuff I've read. And if that's an exhaust thing, he went like straight into a heater or something.
If that's according to what you read, that's not what.
That's true.
That's not what George Lucas had in mind.
Yeah, what George Lucas has in mind isn't what he has in mind 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
He changed it. Yeah. There is 412 continuity errors in Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
412.
You know how they got the name for the third movie in the new trilogy? Because in the old trilogy, Return of the Jedi was originally going to be Revenge of the Jedi. But Lucas was thinking about it. He's like, why would the Jedi ever go for revenge? That's not their thing. So when they started going for the third movie, they're like, it's perfect. Just change the name on it.
Okay, back to games. Actually, I have to pee, so we're going to take a...
Yeah, I have to pee too.
Short break. Okay, welcome back. Alright, so we're up to game discussions now. Who wants to go first?
I will after I finish writing this and changing this. Alright, so I've been playing Need for Speed The Run. Yes, I have the runs. Yeah, it's the newest Need for Speed. I think it's the newest. There's 18 billion of them. It might not be. It's the newest to me.
It is the newest. Just came out last year.
Oh, really? Oh,
Didn't they just make a new version of Hot Pursuit?
They made 3?
I'm pretty sure Need for Speed The Run came out after that because this came out in November.
Anyway, basically it's a race from Sacramento or somewhere in California, Los Angeles. Same thing. To New York City. And you have to race and beat people across. It's a bit ridiculous because you drive through a garage and you can change cars and you don't lose any position. And stuff like that. It's a really ridiculous, fun game. Right now I'm trying to race to Las Vegas. I almost said New Vegas. And, yeah. You have to be at least in position 150. You start off with 300 people.
Wow.
There is, what was there? I counted this. There's about 50 cars, somewhere around there, ballpark.
Yeah, I'd say so.
0 customization other than looks. You can unlock NOS, and that's all I've been able. You can unlock experience points that can unlock different things as a driver. I don't know. It's okay game. That's about it though.
Yep, and by the way, the newest Hot Pursuit was in 2010.
That's close.
Shift 2 Unleashed and then The Run.
I did not like Shift.
Yeah, I have that one too. I don't like that one.
No, that was the one you like, what, barely drive your own car?
Yeah, I've driven it 5 times.
That's
My
where
McLaren.
There was a bunch of
I restarted the race 5 times.
manufacturer races, and here, I'm just gonna give you a random fucking car now.
Yeah.
The game, probably the Need for Speed game I did not like the most was Pro Street.
Yeah, that
That
game
shit
was
was horrible.
pretty much after Carbon, it just went downhill fast.
Yeah,
The last one I played
I liked
was
Carbon.
Most Wanted. That was
And,
just before Carbon.
Yeah,
Most Wanted was sick. I love that game.
I love the concept of it. With the
was
blacklist.
Underground right before Most Wanted?
Well,
Underground
Underground
2.
That's true, yeah.
Underground 2, Most Wanted, and then Carbon, and then Pro Street.
Because the city Underground 2
There's
takes
one more.
place in is...
That was the order. There's one more after it. Undercover, then Shift.
Undercover. I forgot about that one.
Because,
I didn't like that. Actually, I never played that one.
I literally just looked at the list because I looked up the dates.
Yeah.
Need for Speed Carbon and Underground 2 both took place in the same city. Because they've referenced that in the beginning
In the beginning.
of both Most Wanted and,
Guys,
damn it, Josh, you got me off track.
That happens a
That's
lot.
hard. Guess what else is hard?
Oh, Joel.
Can't help it,
That's-
Carl. You're just so sexy.
What the hell are you doing?
Play on my belly button.
One thing was always is the last
We forgot to tell the nickname of the show is The Gay Man Love.
Surprise!
Don't touch me.
With what? Do I have options?
Oh my god.
Okay, I won't use my hands, I promise.
Josh, hand me that knife.
No, it's too much
Mine's
fun.
bigger, I guarantee it.
Get back on topic. I don't like it when there's dead air. And then I start talking randomly until
What
someone
was the
starts talking.
topic? Oh my god.
You were talking about same city from Underground and Carbon.
Oh yeah, at the very end of Underground 2, there was the big boss race and everything. And somebody had called the cops, and supposedly a whole bunch of people get arrested and whatever, but your character takes off. And at the beginning of the Most Wanted, you show up in what?
You always said Raccoon City.
Rockport? Or,
Rockport.
Yeah, I did almost say Raccoon.
Rockport was in Most Wanted as well.
Yes.
Most Wanted does take place in Rockport.
Yes. That's where you
But-
took it from.
And in the beginning, you see, was he a lieutenant or a sergeant? Got Cross or whatever his name is?
He's just cross.
Yeah, he's a cop in Most Wanted.
Yes.
But then at the very beginning, like the first time you're driving in Carbon,
He's chasing you and you have that
He's chasing
BMW that's a piece of shit. I hate BMWs.
you have the same BMW you had at the beginning of Most Wanted.
Yep.
And you're going down the highway and Cross is coming after you, but now
And when
instead
you
of a
get-
cop, he's a bounty hunter.
He was always a bounty hunter.
Now he was
He
lieutenant.
was a cop in the...
Oh, was he? Oh, that's right, because he lost his job because of you or something like
Yeah.
that.
Because the first thing he says to you is it's time to settle a little score from Rockport because of your... Because you're... Like you said, your character got him fired.
Or something like that, yeah. He blames you without it.
On the idea of Most Wanted, probably the most annoying blacklist driver I've faced so far was that little Asian guy who drove the Golf.
Really?
It just pissed me off that I'm driving, I think it was like a souped up Mustang or something. I can't remember what car I had. And he's speeding past me in a Golf.
The Golf is designed to do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could destroy you with a stock Golf. You can take any other stock muscle car you want. I will destroy you every time.
It's designed to do that. Muscle
If
cars
you-
are not
if
designed to be taken.
Money
tight
versus
turns.
money. Same amount I sink into a Golf that you sink into any muscle car, I guarantee I'll still beat you.
Yeah, but I base what car I use on the track. Because if there's long straights, I will use muscle because it has the best torque and everything like that.
It has the most weight. Golf has 0 weight.
That's true. But if I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff like that, especially with
A
Need
V8 with
for
3
Speed.
times weight, or a V6 with 1/3 weight. I'll take the V6
you
over.
take Need for Speed Carbon with the time. What was it called? It was somewhere you could
Roar.
slow time and you could spin your car around turns that were like 270 degrees. It was just so ridiculous.
I was like, roar! Fuck, I got it out.
Take the Colorado, which is what, a 12-cylinder engine, or is that a V8?
What?
The Lamborghini Colorado.
Gallardo?
Yeah.
It's V10.
V10, that's right. I could bounce that around corners like nothing in that game and then just drop the NOS on straightaways.
That's because it's a Lambo.
Yeah,
Volkswagen doesn't have the money that Lambo does.
that's true.
And they're certainly not going to dump it into the Golf. The Golf isn't a performance vehicle. It's a fast car.
What performance vehicle does does Volkswagen have?
That's true.
That is
It
their
is.
performance vehicle.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
It depends on what you mean by performance. The original Beetles floated.
Oh yeah,
Those things were
that's a
completely
very
water
stretchy
sealed.
performance. Flown great in water, much faster than any Lambo. Well, actually, if you put the right tires on, you can drive on top of the water.
Paint Jesus on the side.
Make a monster truck because the tires are just so big they float.
Yeah, but the truck itself outweighs that. And
Yeah, what it is
No,
is
monster truck will float.
Do you know
on the
why?
tires. Why?
It's only when it's moving because it makes the displacement. The surface tension of water is hard enough where you can drive across it over 60 miles an hour with just about anything. Short, anything with a ratio of
it's called hydroplaning.
yeah, but you can do it controlled with dune buggies.
Just because they're made to do that shit.
Yeah, but not in water. That was an accident that they found that out.
Really?
Yeah. There happened to be a huge lake in the middle of a dune. They're like, oh, look, I went across it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I know what I'm doing too.
No,
Dune
no.
buggies might as well have a bumper sticker saying hospital trip waiting.
No, that's why they have 6-point harness. Ha ha, it worked.
Yeah, I figure I was going with that. Okay, so Joel talked about Need for Speed the Run.
Runs.
Then, if you read my paper, I played Batman Arkham City.
Sick game.
Really fun.
Have not played it yet.
I'm just really disappointed that the inverted takedown isn't set up to do as often as you could in
It was so
Arkham
easy
Asylum.
in that Asylum.
you could
They
do
were everywhere.
everywhere. Every time you came up to one of those things, you could do it.
Yep.
I had one room. I had one guy from each one. This one, it was so freaking rare to have someone set up to do it right.
Well, it's more realistic, I suppose.
Yeah.
They learned. I ain't walking underneath those things no more. I heard about Jimmy. He got fucked up.
I like how it kind of pins the villains versus you over control
That's more realistic.
of Arkham City.
Which is actually Gotham City, just the prisoners took it over and that's where they got Arkham from. I feel like that's necessary to say.
Yeah. Because I kind of turned off a lot of the comic book fans like calling it Arkham City.
Because I thought
Also,
it was-
most people know this already, but Batgirl, download content, not part of the game.
Girl? Does she get
I'm
naked?
sorry, I meant to say Catwoman.
Does she get naked?
No.
Is it Halle Berry?
Well, skin color would be right to be Halle Berry, but it's not Halle Berry.
I don't like how dark she is.
Because you like them super white.
Damn straight.
Like, this piece of paper's too dark.
Yeah, well, the blue. That's close.
Well, blue. So,
Yeah, that definitely. That's what I was thinking.
If your girl is blue, there's a problem.
Why?
his girl will eventually be blue.
Necrophilism is not okay.
What?
Nothing?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like the Riddler trophies that you can get are in the game. They're bright red. Don't touch them. You get shocked. And then the Riddler yells at you saying, "No, Batman. Those aren't for you." And I'm kind of pissed off at the Riddler trophies in this game. They're not like the Riddler trophies were in Arkham City Arkham Asylum that made you think. Where he gave you the riddle and you had to try and find it.
Really? They're not riddles?
There's no actual riddle that goes along with it in the rooms. Like,
they got lazy.
Like, you had to go searching, like, he gave it this thing to go search into the room or the area. And, like, the one for, Stance? Starks? The guy that would engrave the check marks into him.
Oh.
Telemarks.
What the fuck? I can't remember.
But the Riddler had to do something like that.
Shanks.
No, it wasn't right. You had to go searching, and and there was a wall, and there's a bunch of tally marks on it.
Yeah.
And you took a picture of that, and that was the riddle.
Yeah.
And that got you the Riddler challenge, or whatever it was. Well, technically, it wasn't a trophy. But the giant green question marks, we had to line it up with the dot.
Mm-hmm.
They returned.
Oh, they're back?
Yes.
That's good.
I've noticed them. Those made you think, too. Because it'd be like,
a dot.
Here. If you're off to the right, and you look way to your left, behind you. And there's the freaking question mark.
It's like, how
the fuck do I line those up? And then you're trying to get out of this area, and you get, by accident, to some other area, and you're like, son of a bitch! Got it. That's why I got a lot of them. But I'm like, this one has more side quests. There's a lot of side quests to go to this game. Like, I don't even think I'm like 10% of the main story. But I've got 12% of the side quests, apparently.
Wow.
Apparently, I haven't been doing the main story. But, see, I'm just because Riddler's my favorite, I'm disappointed in the fact that there's no riddles. But I'll be playing more of that. I can't wait to get the zipline. I love the zipline. What's the noise? Boom! Kick him in the face. Then use the backclaw to get the fuck out of there. Sneak back in, punch him in the face, take off. I'm Batman. Go up in a cliff.
Oh, smoke grenades are new.
Yes, the smoke pellets. You can actually either just, if you suck it and shut it, it'll give you an action button to hit and you can drop it. Or you can actually select it and drop one ahead of time and drop into it.
The one thing that made me kind of curious about what was he saying, backclaw?
Backclaw.
Is, I saw you playing that one day, and he just, like, you were standing, like, directly under a ledge, and he threw it straight up and it just curved around.
He's Batman.
That's true. Like I said,
he can do whatever he wants.
Like I said, Marvel comic fan, never really was much into DC.
Fuck you. Marvel sucks dick. Stanley can go
We're not getting into this conversation now!
Stanley can suck my big, hairy balls.
Okay.
Moderately sized, hairy balls.
Okay, that was more like
He knows. He's tasted the bird. I don't even know.
Oh,
Josh,
God.
what does green taste like? You would know.
surprisingly yellow.
Surprisingly yellow. I'm not Asian.
There's bonus games in this, and it's
I couldn't resist that.
it was what it is I forget what the name of it was, but it's the Riddler doing it, and you go into a room, and you set with X amount of enemies, and you're gonna take them out in certain ways. Like drop a smoke pellet and do a takedown.
Fucking
do a silent
glass
takedown.
wall and it didn't fucking work.
Do a takedown through a glass window and it didn't work. And then you just gotta do it as fast as you can. And sometimes there's one, it just sets you in a room with like 10 people. You have 4 rounds to get to it has 3 different
ton of
scores.
points.
Like 6,000 was the lowest, 12,000, and then 18,000. I just got 6,000 on the last kill. I was lucky.
Kill, Josh? Really? I don't think so.
Or knockout.
There we go. Batman doesn't kill.
No, it isn't.
He's a pussy. Rorschach kills.
The
But,
Punisher murders everyone.
Someone had to go first.
Yes! Yes! Why me? Someone had to be first.
There's
Shut
one
the
where he
fuck
goes
up,
around and kills all
Spidey.
the Marvel characters, and he kills Spider-Man first, and Spider-Man's like, "Why me?" Someone had to be first.
Best
What?
line
Who is
ever.
that?
Punisher.
Oh, that's right.
But
I think I know what you're talking about.
oh, Dan ran it on me. But I spent a lot of time with that. Those were fun. Then if you want, just like in the first one, except it was the Joker that did it, you can just get into a room with a bunch of enemies and just keep going with combo attacks to kill them. Try and beat your own score. And there's multiple rooms that do it. That's what I've been working on. That's what I was last working with. And it was really fun. Your turn.
Oh. I want to say the games I've been playing recently was either, I've been playing a lot of, like, Fallout New Vegas and, Skyrim. I just completed the New Vegas DLC,
Sit a little closer, please.
Huh?
Sit a little closer.
Speak up a little bit.
I just recently beat the Dead Money DLC for, Fallout New Vegas.
Sierra Madre.
That was a rather strange thing. First time I tried to beat it, I just kind of went at the very end when you're reading on the console. Oh my god.
How many did you get out with?
8. Oh no, 6. Because I just dropped everything I had because I could not jump. Because I remember at one section there's a blown out section of staircase.
I dropped a bunch of shit. Drank some wine. Or whatever I had. I think I had vodka.
Beer.
Was
There's
it
beer in the room.
I drank the beer that was in the room.
I had no alcohol on me.
And Buffalo. There's a beer in the room.
Yeah.
I had a 10 strength,
And Buffalo.
and I took a buffo, and I took a beer.
You also had a frick ton of patience on that.
Oh yeah, I walked the entire way. I could not jump. I could not run.
You got to that door just in time, though.
Oh yeah. Like,
Open! Open!
like I was hitting the button, like I was 10 feet away, hitting the button already. Like, oh, shit. I think it gave it to me anyway. I was expecting to walk out and have it still explode. Fully
It's happened
expecting that. Fully expecting that.
And then all of a sudden, you just made it like, oh,
Yeah, then it took me how long to walk to Novak? It took me literally 2 hours.
Holy shit.
Real time to walk to Novak from fucking thing because my beer wore off.
Uh-oh. What you need to do is get the achievement that you can still fast travel. We'll overcome.
The thing, yeah, but I already made it to Novak. It's
I know.
too late for that.
I know, I'm just saying wait.
What I needed.
Out of curiosity, at one point, what's his face?
Dean.
Father Elijah tells you to take care of or whatever the 3 companions. How many of you killed one of the companions and who was it?
I never killed any of them.
I had to kill Dean.
Oh, that's right.
He killed me. He started shooting at me first.
Yep.
He didn't even shoot at me. I just decided I was going to kill him anyway and got myself in the best lineup to try and make it to the door and just shot
He
his
decided
head
he
off.
wanted all this shit for himself, so he just started.
Yeah, that's what happened with me.
He started shooting.
On the note of him,
I didn't have to kill the woman.
I tried to make as much friends with as possible. The super mutant was kind of strange. I took the option to tell them to, like, unite
Who'd you go with?
What do you mean?
Dog or God?
Chose the third option where they unite their personalities.
I didn't have that option. I had 100 speech.
You have to, like, keep talking and pick certain ones to do it. I can't remember how
Yeah,
I did it.
I do know that one's possible.
But,
It's hard to get to. I looked at the book. I'm like, I'm not going through that shit. I'm like, fuck it. God.
Uh,
He's more intelligent.
Can't remember.
You went with dog. You don't want to go with God. Because dog is incredibly stupid.
Oh, that's right.
but yeah.
You have Violet. Do you have the Wild Iceland perk?
I do not own that character. I just started a character with Wild Wasteland.
Okay. Have you been near Camp Searchlight with any of your characters?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been inside that town?
I have.
Go in there with your Wild Iceland perk guy. Go into the church basement.
Why?
Holy hand grenades.
That's only with Wild Wasteland?
Yep.
Is that kind of like Alien Blaster at the same place where you get the Gauss rifle? Which,
Aliens show up if you have the Wild Iceland perk.
on the note, the thing that really bugged me with the Gauss rifle was that it took one microfusion cell per shot in Fallout 3, but it's 5 on the normal one in New Vegas.
Well, you have people that are experienced with energy rifles in this game.
And it's like the new one is only like the unique weapon Gauss rifle is like, alright, you save 1 bullet per shot. Big deal.
Gauss rifle ammo is extremely rare. That is a huge deal.
No, it's microfusion cells.
Yeah.
Joel can never find microfusion cells in his game, neither can I. I never run it. I run into energy cells.
And then you can convert them, which is what I always have to do.
I've never really found
You
the
don't.
energy cells that much, but I pissed through microfusion cells.
It's like fucking
Energy
40.
cells are everywhere.
I've never really seen that many of them. I keep
There's like
finding
50 of them
microfusion
in
cells
Doc Mitchell's
everywhere.
house alone.
Maybe that's the difference between PS3 and Xbox.
But I have had one character where I kept finding them, but for the most part, I run into
I
microfusion
usually like-
cells.
It's like fucking 44 ammo.
Oh, that I have issues finding.
I can never freaking find 44 ammo.
I have no problem with that.
You also have a problem with 308 rounds.
No, not anymore.
Well, you used to. I know you used to have a problem with 308.
The 308 rounds
in-
and the microfusion cells are the easiest ammo to find for me.
How do you find 308 rounds?
Well, Josh, I had
fuck?
over 5,000.
Oh, you should shade up on them.
I always
Huh?
alternate which like store I go to buy ammo and weapons, and I'll find like 20 of them here, 20 of them there, and it just builds up.
308 is pretty common.
I've always had a problem with 308. Well, no, there was that one game where you had a hard time finding 308.
Yeah,
I have
that's
to
why I ended
say-
up going with melee weapons, though.
I have to
And
honestly
I had, no
Because of
problem. I had no problem with the one I was playing at the time.
but I definitely have to say finding ammo and stuff like that got so much easier with the GRA download.
Yeah. 5.56 is
gunrunner-
actually the rarest for me to find.
I used to find
Assault
that.
rifle and minigun.
And no,
No, the
that's 5
miniguns.
millimeter.
Yeah,
5.56 is for the varmint rifle.
and the marksman carbine, I think.
Sure.
I know
I
the
use it for
service
the,
rifle uses it.
I use it for Rat Slayer.
I used to never like the service rifle, but one of my characters I have it right now. It's my only rifle, and it is coming in so handy because of the GRA thing. I have like all armor piercing and hollow point rounds.
The only time I found 308 rounds easy is Lonesome Road.
There and Kent McCarran, the guy in the back, has 5,400 or 2,000 of them. And every time you go back, he has 2,000 more. Like if you
44. I need
3
44
days.
because my
He has 44. He has everything.
or 45. I can't remember.
Oh, you have the
For the cowboy.
mysterious
That's
magnum.
44.
That's 44.
Same as Mysterious.
Wait, the cowboy repeater?
Yes.
That's 357.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
The trail carbine
Yes,
is.
it is.
Trail
That's
carbine
357.
is the
I still have a problem with 357.
44 magnum.
Are you sure?
Yes. And then the brush gun's the 45-70 government rounds. I only know because I played that like the other day, and it was
I don't
bitch
use
trying
a
to.
cowboy repeater. Yes,
I'm-
it is the
Yes,
357.
it is 357. I remember that. I still have a problem with 357. It's 44. I know.
Actually,
I-
I think 357 is the rarest for me.
I
Maybe
don't
10
run into
millimeter,
it that
actually.
much, but it's not bad.
I always have a problem finding 357 because I use the Lincoln repeater in Fallout 3.
See, I never really liked the 357 except for the cowboy repeater, because the pistols I just didn't
Well,
like
lucky.
them.
lucky pistol.
I have not gotten lucky yet. I have multiple
No.
characters with 100 luck pick, and I have never remembered
You always
to go
forget
for
to
it.
go back.
Yeah. I have the Gobi Scout rifle with one of my characters. I ended up selling it because I liked the Gauss rifle better.
Gauss rifle's a beast.
But with shotguns, I use...
Boom! Reload the entire fucking gun. Boom! Reload the entire fucking gun. Go with the 50 cal or the anti-material rifle. There we go. You want to kill things.
Yeah, that's true. But,
I like to play with my food and use the rat slayer.
See, I like to try and kill them quick with... I mean, before I got the Gunrunner's Arsenal, I used to always, like, break... Once I got a 12-gauge shotgun, like...
Use shotguns?
Like I've said before, I use a lot of heavy weapons, mainly machine guns and shotguns.
Shotguns are too close quarters for that game. It's too wide.
I like using the hunting shotgun or the, riot shotgun because a lot of times I up in their faces and just blast them.
See, I like to use melee weapons.
Okay,
so
you know why I thought 44? Lincoln Repeat is 44 in Fallout 3.
Thought so.
I mean,
And I can't find 44 in that game. I have not been able to use my Lincoln Repeater in a long ass time.
one of my friends thinks it's cheap, but I'll just get up really close and use the, what is it called? Action points or what? Something or other?
Vets.
Yeah, the VATS with like the riot shotgun up close and just headshot with the shotgun.
Well, technically it uses action points.
But,
No, it's just called vets. Is what
yeah, I was trying to figure out what... I knew action points had something to do with it, but the VATS was what I was looking for.
Mhm.
But I used to always, like, when I got the 12 gauge, I'd have keep all the hull from when I shot them. And I'd just keep buying... If I couldn't find 12 gauge rounds, I'd buy 20 gauge. Go to a reloading station, break them down, and make 12 gauge rounds. And the one round I used to use a lot before the GRA was the coin shot. That instead of like putting in lead, it's the pistol powder, the shell.
See, that's why
Legion
I like the
coins.
energy.
The Legion Denarius was in there. But after I got the Gunrunner's Arsenal, my shotguns ever use is the Flechette and Dragon Breath. I love Dragon Breath rounds on the shotguns.
I don't use shotguns at all. Ever.
Yeah.
No.
They have pulse rounds for the shotguns.
I've
never used them, but I'm like, what?
I used the sawed-off in 3. That's the only time I've used a shotgun.
I've tried using the sturdy caravan shotgun that you start off with if you have the downloads.
Mhm.
And I got about to Ringo and I gave up on it. I'm like, fuck this shit. I can't stand looking at a screw for my sights. I
remember
Yeah,
you
that
using
bothers me.
No.
I do not.
You do not look at sights when you use a shotgun. You do not use sights.
You know no, I lied. It was one of the shotgun I used. Double barrel shotgun from Point Lookout.
Never had that one. I don't have Point Lookout.
It sucks. It has a potential 50 damage.
But you have to be this close?
Yeah, you have to be like right on top of him and like...
I like the dual barrel.
Even still, you can be right on top of him and like do nothing to him. Like the buckshot just goes around him.
But even you said about the sawed-off shotgun from Fallout 3. It was so much better in Fallout 3 because in New Vegas, it fires both rounds at the same time. You don't have the option of shooting one then shooting somebody else with the other barrel. It just goes boom, reload. It ends up being such a waste of ammo.
See, I like the 2 shots at once. I don't like the... And you ended up using both shots on the same guy anyway.
I laugh at how...
Not if you had 100 guns and what you were shooting.
True.
Like if you're playing in Megaton. I love playing in Megaton.
I use a lot of like assault rifles and stuff like that in New Vegas.
Don't get the All-American.
Piece of shit. It.
I wasn't really that big a fan of the marksman carbine anyway.
It sucks.
I'm okay with semi-auto, but I like the full auto better. But the one thing that I laugh at is, like, all my characters in Fallout 3 had plasma rifles, but I barely even use it because they're so hard to find in the new game.
And that was with 100 guns, too.
Because in Fallout 3, like, everywhere you turn after the
Enclave?
After the Enclave attacks the... What do you call it? The Purifier. like almost everywhere you go, you can just be walking around and walk upon a Enclave patrol, and you'll be able to get it like a plasma rifle and repair and whatever. And I just liked how powerful they were.
Plasma rifles are too inaccurate and slow.
I like the Fallout 3 reference in Lonesome Road. Colonel Autumn.
Oh yeah,
I was playing.
Lonesome Road is my favorite download for
That
all
is an
Xbox.
awesome one.
I think
All of Xbox.
I think Lonesome Road was referenced when I was playing Dead Money.
Yep, they're all referencing each other.
Big Empty gets mentioned too.
Yeah, isn't the Big Empty Lonesome Road?
And
or-
Utah.
No, Big Empty is Old World Blues.
Oh, that's right.
And Utah.
Yep, that's Honest Hearts.
Honest Hearts.
Is
Burning
Mothership
Man.
Zeta Fallout 3? Or?
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
That one didn't do too well referencing each other. They also spread them out.
Yes.
The last Mothership, no, Point Blackout was the last, and that came out the year before
Vegas.
Vegas came out. And
I only bought 2 DLCs at this point for Fallout 3, and that was Broken Steel and Operation Anchorage. Broken Steel just because I wanted the storyline to be longer.
Is that the one I downloaded?
What?
Broken Steel?
Level Cap.
Operation Anchorage, I purely just did it for the Chinese stealth armor and the winterized power armor.
Yep.
But I keep hearing that if you go in one of the rooms near the simulator room, there's a dead person in a vault suit, and if you drag him over to the simulator, keep hearing if you get in the simulator with him in there next to you, all you have on you during the thing will then be on him after it. But I've never actually tried it myself.
I've been all through there, and I don't remember seeing anybody in a vault suit.
He's like Gary something or other.
Gary!
You know what I'm talking about, right? The dead corpse?
Gary! No, this is a vault full of Garys.
What?
There is a vault in Fallout 3. There is one vault.
Garys are all over.
That's right,
No.
they get out, don't they?
It's like Gary 666 or something.
Yeah, there is one vault where the guy just cloned himself, and all the clones are just Gary whatever. And if you're in the vault, all you hear,
It's Gary,
you'll be in
Gary.
this dark area, and all of a sudden you hear, Gary! 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 And they'll come and attack you. So at one point, you go into
Messed
this
up.
dark area with just the people that don't know, and you hear, Gary! Ah, where is he?
Yeah, he is fucking dark faced.
But it's so weird. It's like, I mean, the way I found out about it is I was watching Operation Anchorage videos
Probably a mod.
on
Probably the computer.
it was-
Probably a mod.
As far as I know, it was an Xbox one. It was these two German guys doing a video on Operation Anchorage. I swear to God, the two of them were gay. Just the way they were talking.
Gay Germans? Is that
Yeah.
allowed?
No.
Who knows? They're making
Maybe
these,
they're Swiss. Similar accents.
but they're talking about the winterized combat armor, and they were saying about how it looked like stormtroopers. And I noticed the fact that he's not in the simulation, but he's wearing the winterized combat armor. And I'm trying to figure out how they got that, and it was supposedly done that way.
The winterized combat armor is in the game anyway.
Where?
Oh, combat armor?
Yeah.
I've run into it somewhere. I know I've run into the winterized combat armor.
It's got like a ski mask on under it with goggles, and it's white, and it's got a medic's cross.
Pretty sure I've run into the winterized combat somewhere. I just didn't care because of the power armor.
The winterized.
No, I think I came across that too. And I looked at it, it was like, oh, this one's stealth. I'll grab this one.
I just grabbed everything in there, and I figured what I don't want, I just.
Did you investigate the entire place?
What do you mean?
There's multiple rooms in that place.
Oh yeah, I went through all of it after the simulation, but I did.
You
when
never-
I first got in there, I just.
Maybe
went,
it's not for PS3. Maybe it's Xbox only.
I want to say I ran into the winterized combat somewhere.
Yeah, I know I have.
Look it up. I was gonna say something. Yeah, you got Broken Steel because Broken Steel is the only one in 3 to bump the level cap.
No wait, doesn't Operation Anchorage bump up
Nope.
your level? For some reason I thought it did. But
No, one of the ones has to because it bumps it to 30. No, there's a level cap of 25 in that game, wasn't it?
20. And the Broken Steel bumped up by 10.
Well, by 10.
Yeah. One thing I did recently that I just got so bored that I decided to do it is I hooked up the old PlayStation 2 and started playing PS1 games with it. Because I was so mad that the PS3 will not play.
PS3 I have won't play the old games. Though one of my friends has one of the original PS3. It plays PS1 and PS2, no problem. But the one I have will not do the older formats.
Zeta.
But I started playing.
Winterized medic armor. Zeta.
Oh, I must have seen your game then.
Winterized medic helmet. Zeta.
But yeah, I was playing and I decided to put in the literally Medal of Honor 2 Underground, the second Medal of Honor ever made. That game was so messed up because unlike the first one, it was all like following historical missions and stuff like that. It just had these weird screwed up experiments that the Germans did. Like at one point in the game. Oh, at one point in the game, you got German shepherds that when they see you, they like pop up onto their hind legs, dance side to side, then charge at you. And you'll see like half tracks being driven by a dog, and then firing the machine gun at you from the back of it. And there's dogs throwing hand grenades. It's just so weird. One mission, you go into a castle and there's German officers wearing knight armor. That the only way to kill them is to fire a crossbow bolt through the eye slits on their helmet.
Wolfenstein did shit like that.
At the end, I think they were called Panzer Crackers or something. But there's these weird ass robots at the end of the game that was just so messed up.
Yeah, that sounded like a lot like a Wolfenstein ripoff.
Probably was ripping off Wolfenstein.
Or other way around.
Wolfenstein's been out. It was
Since PS1?
older than Doom.
Really?
It's like this is one of the. I can't remember what
It was
year
ID's
this
first game.
Oh, was it?
Then they had Wolfenstein 3D. Then they did Doom, and Doom was a bigger hit.
Yep.
Aliens or Nazis?
I'd rather shoot a Nazi.
It's because you're a Jew.
I'd rather stab a Nazi, actually.
But yeah, like Return to the Castle Wolfenstein, which was a computer one that revived the Wolfenstein name. Did as if like that. One of the robots, you know, it was like a freaking Tesla gun, and you could melee with it and just like ended up being like a stun gun, basically.
Yeah, these things carried regular guns and not threw hand grenades. It was just like other characters, but there was these strange robots.
Yeah, that. Well, Wolfenstein, Return to the Castle Wolfenstein, or Stein, depending on how you want to pronounce it. You're you're the same character throughout all the games. Blastowitz. And you get captured and you're in the castle, which you only spend the first 2 missions in the castle, the rest of the time you're going through Germany. And you immediately escape. The fun thing was you could kick any like chairs or the flags and stuff hanging. You could break. Like the flag, even if it was like, even if your head was at the bottom of it, if you looked up and kicked, you could break it.
I can do that.
And it didn't tatter. It went and broke into a million pieces from a kick, from one kick
To a flag.
to a flag. It's amazing.
Very realistic.
What's fun is if you cheated with the and put God mode on, the left mouse button killed you instantly. But the right mouse button was kick. I was like 9 when this game first came out, and like kicking and breaking stuff when Mom was playing the game. So she was right near a chair, and I clicked the wrong mouse button on her, and she dropped dead. She didn't even know I was standing next to her. So I just clicked the button and she dropped dead. She's like, "The fuck?" Why'd you do that? I go, I meant to kick the chair. I didn't mean to kill you. And she hadn't saved since the start of the level. And she was at the end. she was a little pissed. There was one level that took me fucking forever. You had to do it silenced. You had to go through it without getting noticed. Or if they did notice, you had to kill them before they couldn't set the alarm off. But you knew where the alarms were. You either had to break it, or kill them before they got to it, or just get out before they had a chance. It took me so long to beat that level.
You're not good at stealth.
I'm not good at stealth.
Medal of Honor.
Stealth. That's right.
The first two did it more than some of the others. Like, Frontline brought back the idea. But they would have times where you'd have to be going through the mission and just try and use the silenced pistol or a crossbow. Take out the Germans without them setting off an alarm. And if you did, you had to, like, shoot the alarm. And then you'd shoot one. And it would still be going because it was a different alarm that was set off because there'd be like 3 of them in an area.
This one, you didn't even, you parachute in, which, first of all, I don't know how they didn't notice you parachute in along with a crate.
But at night.
Whatever. It's midday. I don't know how they didn't notice. Unless you waited. I can't remember what one.
It's Germans.
But you landed on one end, then you had to run down the end to get to your crate because they gave you a silenced P-43. M43. MP40. Thank you.
PP.
No, there was an M in there.
Are you sure it's MP40? When was this game made?
It was supposed to be World War II.
World War II?
MP4
Yeah.
40 was their gun, but that's a German weapon.
No, the PP40 was German.
MP40 was German.
Are you sure?
100%.
I thought the PP was German and the MP was ours.
Then they,
MP weapons like the MP5 and the MP40 are Heckler and Koch. Or at least the MP5 is, and that's a German company.
Anyway, they give you that. You got to go get that because it's a silenced version. Which you can only shoot for so long, and then it started to overheat, and you wait for it to just cool down, which didn't take that long. But you had to do that, run across right by a house where there was guards. Get the gun and come back without getting noticed. Now you could try and wipe them out, but if there's a compound that you're getting to just down the road, if you started killing people in this house,
Yeah, that's the PP40.
It's the German weapons.
somehow they noticed.
It's called the MP40 in history books, so.
Oh, well, but then maybe I just have the name backwards. Maybe I was supposed to the PP40. Because the PPSH was based off of that PP40.
The PPSH is a Russian weapon.
I know, but it was...
The burp gun.
Yeah, but it was based off of the PP40. I thought it was PP40, which is what I thought that gun was. It might have been based off the MP40. I know it's based off of that gun right there, though.
But anyway, you can kill all of them, but somehow the guys in the compound found out about it, and they set the alarm off. That pissed me off more. How you guys couldn't get to the alarms? Mission failed. Fuck you! What the fuck? And then you go through. You get to frickin' a graveyard, and all of a sudden the frickin' bodies in the coffins come alive.
Don't you hate it when games do that?
So what the fuck is in this German water? I don't get it. Moving on from there. Basically, we didn't actually come up with a,
We're not gonna have a bro thing.
We'll do it. Let's do it. I'll look it up.
Okay.
I'll fill in for Dan. People talk. I'll do it.
La da 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 da. Carl, you were talking, and it was very different.
Yeah.
I haven't really done much with Skyrim in the last couple weeks now that I think
haven't
of
played
it.
Skyrim in
I've-
forever. I've lost all interest in that game.
I've played it.
It's missing VATS. If it had VATS, it'd be better.
It's like trying to upgrade the different things is so hard. Because I'll use destruction magic, but not as much the other stuff. Conjuration, maybe for the bound weapons. On certain characters, like I'll have daggers on my thief, and then I'll have bound sword if I need something a little stronger than a dagger. But
I'm doing this one.
trying to upgrade stuff is a little weird, because I'll try to upgrade bows. It'll be slow as all hell trying to do it.
What?
I think we all just zoned out.
No, I was listening, but why is it hard to do? That's the quickest one to do.
Do you use the thief stone?
Yes.
I don't. That's why it's harder for me.
So, use the thief stone.
I use the
Thief stone doesn't even use the archery. Archery has nothing to do with thief stone.
I could have sworn that was thief stone.
No.
Because I know I use the warrior stone for the smithing. Because I lean a lot of time into smithing, because you can only get training for 5 times for anything in a level. And I always do it with smithing, because I'm trying so hard to get to, at the least, glass smithing.
Smithing is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm up to dragon in it.
I can't wait for E3, which I believe is coming up.
What? Already?
E3 is in June.
I thought it was later.
No, it's June.
I thought it was like August.
E3 is a big video game convention where everything that's coming out next year gets
Is
announced.
that like PAX? Or?
Oh,
Bigger than PAX.
it's
PAX
Big Brother.
PAX East is only in its 3rd year.
I mean, it's huge.
And the
Already.
only one that uses that to be its big game release is Rockstar.
How much is it to get in for the EA?
E3?
E3.
E3 is out in LA.
E3. I'm sorry.
Have fun
E3.
with that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You have to fly out there, so you
If you're gonna do it, you might as well go to Comic-Con in Japan.
so you,
At that point, if I'm flying it right.
you'd have to fly out. You have to get a
16-hour flight.
You'd have to get your plane ticket for to and from. Hotel. And if you're going out there, you might as well go for all 3 days. If you're taking the plane trip. And I know PAX was $65 for 1 day.
Wow.
So we're talking E3, the bigger one that's been around for 12-something years.
Mm-hmm.
Look how I put that 12-something years.
What was that?
I don't even
His
know.
mom.
No, image.
Oh. The blue waffle?
E3 is June 5th through 7th. I hope Bethesda says something about Fallout.
That is something I want to see.
It's gonna come out for the next gen. I will put $1 billion on it.
That's what I've heard. That's why I want to
The
know
next
more.
what?
Next gen systems at Xbox 720, PS4. It might come out for the PS3 because PS4 is gonna be a while.
Yeah.
I'm still confirmed on that. Or set.
Well, we'll find out at E3.
Yeah, I know. I want to give away a third of my check.
But
Real bet.
I read something a couple weeks ago that Bethesda is looking for next-gen programmers.
They might be thinking of a whole new game system though. Game series.
That's what I don't want to have to
Bye.
buy a new system before I'm ready.
You know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
I'll buy the PS4 before I buy the 720. I'm sorry.
It depends on where everybody else goes. I mean, I'm not going to buy a system and be the only one of us to have it.
Josh?
You didn't buy that.
True enough, but
But I'm not going to
Neither did I.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be the only one in the group to be like,
I'll buy the 720. Oh, we all got
then-
PS4s.
then everybody goes to PS4. I'm not going to do that.
We have to have a group discussion.
I would. I'm definitely sticking with PlayStation because I like the free internet thing.
That doesn't bother me.
I would
It's
not
the
want to have to
games.
pay for a. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Snip that.
It's not the first time someone's come in and talked to us, and
We just left it. Dude, there's a metal piece on my shoes.
How long have you had those?
Month, maybe, not even.
not even.
They're new.
We have to have a seriously talk to see who's going to what.
Have a vote. Because at the very least, I will get a PS3 and that at the most. At least I want the PS4. Never mind. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, preferably both, but I'm not going to be in a position to afford both.
The only reason honestly, I'd have to do the controller. I find the PS3 controller too small.
You can get aftermarket controllers. Like, I use aftermarket controller
I'm
for
not
the
spending
PlayStation 3.
$60 on a controller.
I didn't spend $60.
I want to buy the
My
controller
controller
that has
was,
the buttons ABXY here.
Yeah.
With the middle and ring
That's
fingers.
not even a controller. That is something that goes over the controller.
No. It is a full controller.
It's an aftermarket.
It's an aftermarket controller. Has its own game screens for different setups.
I bought
I
an
know
I saw
Ben
something that
has
has
it.
triggers and stuff that connect.
You say about
It's a
the
whole new controller.
PlayStation remote and spending 60 some odd bucks. I spent 20 or 30 bucks on my aftermarket controller.
Really?
That wireless one I have is only about 30 bucks. But yeah. I bought it at Walmart, so. And I like.
Product
I-
placement.
I purely only bought it because it has the Xbox joysticks, and my
That's
hands fall asleep
one thing
so
I like
quickly
about the Xbox is
with
the
PS3.
offset joysticks.
I like the lightness of the PS3. The only thing is I break PS2 controllers way too easy.
Yeah.
PS2 was
If they make the PS4 controller
I've taken
feel,
a PS2 controller and snapped it in half.
that I've never done.
I've felt the PS3. It's just like
it feels too chintzy.
it feels like I could, if I wanted to right now, Josh, I could torque this thing in 300.
I feel like I could do it.
Like without even trying. But I do like the joystick setup more. Of the buttons here, the joysticks here. I've always liked that more.
No, see, I like the offset of the
same.
Xbox.
Thing
I can adapt to this like no problem, but I prefer the offset.
See, the thing I also liked is I liked having the trigger effect with the Xbox, having the fire on the bottom.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, I grew up with PlayStation, so
My hands still want to naturally go down here for a trigger though. I can't bring myself to. I'm naturally holding down lower. For the
But
Xbox.
one thing I also say is the holding the R1 and L1 buttons is more comfortable with the PS setup, but trying to play Xbox style with the two buttons with like go options menu, change the control setup, it feels better with the Xbox style thing.
What are you talking about? What I don't follow.
When you
us-
shoot, when you use Call of Duty, which one shoots? R2 or R1?
If I'm using my
No,
aftermarket
what-
controller, I use R2.
What is the stock setup for PS1 to fire?
Stock setup for like 99% of PS3 games, except for like Borderlands. R1 is the fire button. You can go into the options menu and tell it to use R2, but
I feel like R1 would be so more comfortable than
Yeah.
R2. Because R2 is more of a trigger, a secondary.
I don't like the feel of the twos.
I don't mind that.
like I said, my aftermarket
But I have to
controller
play
is-
it this way with 4. I cannot do that on the Xbox.
I can't do that anyway. I
can do that with this.
I never could. Even with the PS2 and the PS1, I could never play holding all 4 buttons. Okay.
I always have. I grew up that way.
Same here.
Because I no. Oh shit.
I cannot play the 4 buttons thing because of Guitar Hero Aerosmith. When I first bought it, it didn't have a controller with it, and I
That's-
just used the R1 buttons for playing.
That's the one thing I feel like
Would be the
the
stuff.
PS4 needs to do is
To redesign the controller, but they can't. They've had that since
not
the
not
PS1.
redesign, just make it
Bigger.
feel
Actually,
less chintzy.
The
Yeah.
original PlayStation 1 controller didn't have joysticks.
No, I
It
know.
did. Well, that's
No.
right. The original didn't.
Mhm.
But you needed to have the joysticks at points, and the redesigned at PS1, which I have, has joysticks.
That was the original DualShock when it was released.
Ape Escape. You need the
You need the
analog.
Yep.
And I was
And
like,
you
what the fuck does it mean analog?
And you had to go out and buy one of the new analog controllers.
Yep, I rented that game. I never played it.
You know how long it took me to figure out that you click down on those things? The joysticks?
Really?
My
Wow.
friend was playing Ape Escape when I realized that you could click those things in and there was another button. Like, remember it was referred to as R3 or L3.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, what the fuck is R3?
That was like, I just looked in the menu for games and it showed what it was, and I was like, oh,
Well, I wasn't
alright.
playing it. I didn't have a PS1 at the time. Because I didn't have a PS1 until the redesigned
One of
PS1.
those.
Ah.
I was still playing the NES. Because that's all I had.
It's gotta be here somewhere.
Oh, what time is it?
It said,
Wow, it's almost at 11.
yeah. What was that?
Alright, one of the versions of the aftermarket PlayStation controllers is the Shadow Wireless ones that are the Xbox joystick setup. It's $44.
Yeah, I'm not paying $44 for a controller.
Totaled it up, but
the one thing I want PS to do, or Sony to do with their PS controllers, is just make it feel a little more durable.
Yeah,
think
make it out of steel.
I mean,
the other thing I like about my controller is it's got like this notched diamond texture to it, like a pistol grip almost, and it's so much more comfortable.
oh, also, one thing I love about the Xbox controllers is this is dance control. Remember I gave him this one a long time ago? I
Yep.
just noticed the white battery.
Isn't that the one he threw?
No, he got this one because he threw one. Detachable battery packs.
See, this is my
What?
friend has this. It's $50. It's a Batarang one. It doesn't even look like a Batarang when you
It's
really
not
look
worth
at
it. It sucks as a controller in general too. Thank you, Bob. But I like the fact that you can.
Yeah, here we go.
It has a detachable battery pack. You can put either double A's or have the rechargeable in there.
Yeah.
Or you can buy the aftermarket battery charger. Take out the rechargeable, throw it in the charger, take one off the charger, put it in the control, and you never have to be hooked up to the system. Never have to be corded. Which I might invest in. Because I'm constantly losing my charging wire. So it becomes something like that becomes worth it. But I hope good news comes out from E3. One of us will keep up on the news from E3 and notify the others, and then we'll give our thoughts on it on the week after that.
Oh, okay. I see what you. Okay.
You see what I'm saying now?
Yes.
Okay. That's next week.
See,
That's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
the controller I'm using right now actually is the PowerA. PowerA is the company that makes it, but it's their Pro Elite controller for PlayStation 3. This one is wireless, unlike the older one I had that was, I can't remember what it was called. I think it may have just been the PowerA Pro.
Mhm.
It was a wired controller. Felt kind of low-tech using PS3 with a wired controller, though.
Why? I like wired better.
The wireless one was $45, but like I said, I got it at Walmart for $30.
I'm not spending $44 on a controller just because it's laid out like the Xbox one. You buy the right one, it comes with two anyway.
Yeah, but you buy ones that come with one controller, and you can get the ones that come with a game and stuff. Honestly,
I normally don't want the game it comes with anyway. That's why I'll never buy. I'll buy a system on its release day. Because there's normally not a game I want that's coming out on the release day. So, this is about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, Dan's not here.
Yeah.
Either of them. So, I'm going to do the bro tip for him.
This week's road tip.
Bro tip, number 169. Tilting the controller does not make the car turn faster.
oh my god, yes.
Amazing! Except for on the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of his
PlayStation
concept,
3. Some of the
Actually,
games have motion sensitive controlling on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
That
but
was one of the things that made the DualShock 3 so big.
yeah, the
Like, what do you call it?
Ratchet and Clank have it.
Some of the Ratchet and Clanks had it.
6-axis.
What do you call it? Crap. Blazing Angels. What some of the fighter plane controls, unless you go in and shut it off, it starts off the game where you have to tilt the controller to
Yeah, I never
fly
got
the
the hang
plane.
of it. When I had the when I had GTA 4 for the PS3, you could do flying with
How's that for controller?
you could do the flying with the controller, or even the actual car. Just tilt it forward, and that was gas.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It didn't work. 'Cause you
Well-
literally had to freaking twist your arms down
Keep it down between your feet. Like this.
when pick it up. It was very touchy. I just turned it off.
Really?
Like I went into the tutorial to learn how to use it, and just like I couldn't figure it out. So I said, fuck it and turned it off. I mean, the flying you probably pick up on it, being as
Now I think of it, Saints Row did it
Ace,
motion
right?
control as well at first. Because I was trying to figure out why I could not fly.
how often is the 6-axis used in games?
I can think of a couple games that use it.
Is it definitely like it was an awesome idea
Yeah.
and then just never
For
used?
flying games, it was pretty good.
In Ratchet and Clank, what happens when you parachute out and one of them, like you do it all the time. Whenever you're like this
Oh,
floating,
yeah, I
you
remember
actually
that.
tilt the control and you forward and back and.
Did
sides.
it work out well?
It worked perfect. Like you tilted this way, it tilted that exact amount.
Like I've seen it with
That did work good.
I've seen it with a couple games and it didn't work out right.
That's because they didn't have a big name, so they didn't have the money to sink into that
Yeah.
part.
Like it's an awesome concept. Just a lot of games didn't end
But
up working good with it.
Saints Row 2 for the PS3, there's a settings option to make it for planes and helicopters. It was motion sensitive control with the controller, which I never liked it because I was never big into flying with motion sensitive. Thing I wish they did was like how they did for racing games to have the steering wheel and the shifter, a controller that had that on
Yeah,
it.
you can do that with the 360 if you have the Kinects. You can buy a steering wheel and a controller and
Yeah.
something tilt.
But the thing I wish they did for PlayStation and stuff was to have like the old computer game style fighter plane joysticks and throttle, because that would make games like
Ace Combat and stuff
Yeah.
so much better.
right? Because I remember playing I can't remember what game it was on my friend's computer, and he had the joystick and everything, and flying a plane is so much easier with one of those.
It's more realistic too.
You ever play a racing game with a joystick?
No.
It's incredibly difficult.
Throttle control must be easy.
NASCAR Racing 2. They're the trigger and the button on top. There's your gas and your brake. And then,
You didn't use the throttle
No.
control?
no.
That would have been a lot easier. It's like,
Right?
okay, I want to be full speed.
And just what sucked was if the suction cups came loose when you're
Yep.
halfway your turn.
That's why you one hand. Always have one
I was
hand
like
on the-
6, and
Fuck,
I'd
I
be
cut
crouched.
myself.
I'd be kneeling in the computer chair we had, which didn't have arms,
Oh.
and I'd be leaning with it into a turn, and then the suction cups let go, and I'd fall off the chair.
Crash into a wall.
Yep. I had my keyboard come unplugged mid-race. Actually, no, it wasn't mid-race. I had finished the race. I was doing a burnout. I was just got stuck going back and forth off the wall. I lost control. I couldn't do anything. Followed the cord, and it manages to come unplugged. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
We did the Broco. We never finished the podcast.
That's okay. It led into another part.
Well, back into the newer games, I had gotten the Soul Calibur 5. That was a very depressing purchase compared to the older games.
I was never a fan of Soul Calibur.
Same.
Dude,
I'd be home in like 10 minutes.
I kind of got into Soul Calibur because of it's a similar style combat to Mortal Kombat where you look at the characters, but it was just never that good.
All right.
Yeah.
That time.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
And I had to get up at 6.
I don't have to get up till 6:30 tomorrow. I'm driving in.
Originally, didn't have to get up until fucking like 11:30. But I was asked to come in early tomorrow because I'm not sure if I'm getting paid for Monday or not.
Thank God
I am.
for
I might get out at 11 tomorrow.
graduation. Yes.
All right. Well,
Well, good night, Gotham.